All right, this is going to be the recording going over. Today was Thursday, February 26th. Um, see what we were looking at last night and then what ended up happening today. So, anyways, this is how we had the charting last night. Um, obviously, yesterday, right, Wednesday, we had a bullish closure over this down close, which we were identifying as an order block. Same thing here. We got the CSD of this OB on NASDAQ um, for previous day high and low. Then over here on YM, still didn't get that yet right. And I was notating how it was interesting that we had stopped previous day high, right, just shy of previous week EQ, to pay attention to that, right? So this is how the daily was on the 4 hour. Um, I had identified this low here, this low here, and this low here on all three assets as a low that I was looking to have targeted. As it was resting in discount above a PD array, right, uh, on this asset. It was resting just above discount here on NQ, and this again resting in discount, unmanipulated, right, which is where I look for my key levels. And again, so this is where I was interested in price either opening into to expand from or a reversal model targeting these lows. So that's what I was looking for going into this morning. And then we can, I'm probably gonna, oh, I can go 1 bar. Is this 1 bar? No, where's the 1 bar? Yeah, this is shift that way, huh? Is that 1 bar? Oh, oh, cool. Sweet. Nice. All right, so this was 2 a.m., right? This was Asia session. We were in an open low on the daily, right? But we end up putting in equal lows here, right? Um, so no manipulation there, uh, right? So then we get to 6 a.m. is going to come here, right? And this is where we get the Kraken correlation, right? And I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute time frame, and then we'll let me go back here. Okay, so we have Asia, right? So prior to market open here, right? We end up running previous day high, right? Running previous day high, creating SMT, right? So we have huge SMT here, right? Prior to market open. So, right, GXT, if has a reversal been put in prior to driver, right? Because if so, then driver continuation. In this case, driver, we're going to use 930, right? So if we look here and we're watching, right, we're going to see what happens at 930. Now I can probably speed this up here. Okay, so notice here how leading up to 930, NQ, right, is now beginning to displace lower, but YM is continuing to rip, right? Right. So one of these is in manipulation, right? That key level that I identified is here on NQ, right? And so, right, with GXC, it's like the strength switch. How do we know which asset to take? It's like, so we'll wait for and see what happens 930 here, right? Just so look at 930. 930 is an open low, right? And we come short here, 20 points, right? But we've already moved 100 points, right? So it's like waiting for 45. Does that make sense? I don't know. However, this, if I'm looking for a reversal, right? If this is going to be the strong asset and why it's going to take YM's going to take over, I want to see YM to create a V-shaped right move here. And so my interest is in YM, right? My interest is in YM. Okay, so we end up taking this key level, right, on NQ, right? That key level's down here on ES, right? We're still watching YM. I'm still watching YM. right? And now we start to get this V-shaped reversal when what? When NQ, right, is in consolidation, right? So this is, I was talking this morning, right? This is where I said this is the strength switch occurring, right? Because this was leading in strength. Now it moves into consolidation so that this can reverse to catch up, right? So I want to take a model on YM, right? And which is what I was looking for. uh, anyways, right? So then, right, 45 opens back into EQ, right? Right, there's the CSD. And I had was in micros and should have partial, sorry, not should have, but partialed here. So, oops. Um, right. Could take this. I took here. I took 10, 10, 13. I took the close here, the CSD. I'm sorry. This is what I initially wanted. But I ended up taking this. Right, we get the closure here. Right. Rejection of 10 o'clock's opening price. This right here could have also been an opportunity, right? This is 10 o'clock opening high, right? Into this breaker, right? Into this breaker here. Oops. Bam. I never use breakers, but that's a beaut right there. If I've ever seen one, right? Boom. Taps in wick to wick. This would be a great, this was also nice here. Doesn't matter, but see when the model's printing, it's like you have multiple opportunities to get on based on how much risk you want to put on, right? Do you want to wait? You get the CSD here, right? You take this entry, stop, right? OB. So anyways, that was the target, and then I ended up scaling. If I go to the higher time frames, I think it's going to boot me out because. But I scaled. I was in 10, scaled like what was it, 6, then 2, and then I wanted to take one off here and then one off down here, or sorry, one off at the key level, which didn't end up getting hit in the video, and we ended up the two runners didn't get taken off, which I didn't really care about because we were just talking anyways. But um, yeah, so this was a really nice move on YM today. Obviously we did not take the low, right? I'm just gonna put this here so it takes it so we can move on. It obviously never takes the low until I'm it did. I missed it right there. Whatever. We stopped short, right? So anyways, close it out here. Previous day EQ. That's fine, right? And then the runner was for this because I've been holding right 4 key levels because I've been marking them out. So anyway, so that's what ends up happening. And then the rest of the day we end up just like kind of consolidating. And we never ended up taking that low, right? Until now we can get out of replay. Let me stop this and we'll go over. So that was today's trade that we took a YM.